Hey guys, it's Wolfie. We're doing one of those Game Talk videos. And these Game Talk videos are basically conversations that come up on the Twitch chat while we're streaming. And I just want to bring these things to you guys on YouTube, Twitter, wherever you guys are watching this from. Today's topic, we're going to talk about game balance and its importance. Now, everybody has their own opinion on how a game should be balanced. Everybody has their own opinion on whether it should be or shouldn't, how the company is stupid for the things that they're doing, etc., etc. I'm kind of here to bring an entirely new concept to this, that balance doesn't matter as much as you guys think it does. Honestly, I'm a firm believer that games should be fun before they're balanced. And even if something is overpowered, it's okay when it's fun to go against. When there's counterplay and there's interaction to whatever is happening to you, as opposed to just feeling, oh, there was nothing I could do in that situation. The moment you add that thought process into someone's head, that I could have probably outplayed that, regardless if it's overpowered or not, it's better than something being balanced and you feeling I couldn't do anything to that was it. My fate was just decided before I could even do anything. There are a lot of games that are considered balanced that fall into this problem, this situation, and it hurts the game itself. Even in single player games, people are doing this. People complain about balance in games like Diablo and Borderlands 3, and it baffles me that people care so much about it. Now, I understand that when you're playing these kind of games, there has to be a certain level of balance, but the balance is more along the lines of you versus the computer, not you versus the other players. Games when these games are created, they're meant to have a certain level of difficulty, right? And your initial attempts on these enemies or farming of these bosses is meant to feel like, wow, I beat that boss. But as you get the best items in the game, it's just like, cool, I can kill him a lot easier or two-shot him. It's never a good thing when you just hit max level and you just one-shot everything in the game. It's bad. There has to be some sort of character progression, etc. Nowadays, people are comparing themselves to other characters and players, and that's mainly because of the whole internet thing. So we see how other people are performing and compare it to us, and then some people get jealous, etc., etc., and why can't their character do that, and blah blah blah. Well, that's not generally the focus of the developers. It's more, we want to make this character have as many viable builds to do as much as the content as possible. And a lot of times when they nerf builds or stuff like that, is mainly in the sense of this build is overshadowing everything else and they can't ever spec into anything else because this is too good. I've noticed that, at least for a few games that have been coming out. Honestly, I think they do a good job, especially Gearbox. A lot of the characters now have multiple builds and they're doing really well, and most of them are very fun. I happen to pick a character that was considered third best and is now considered the best, but she doesn't get nerfed because she has the most builds viable in the game. So they're just like, hey, we're happy with where she is because she's fun. If you rewind the time 10 years ago, barely anyone would know that my character was the best character in the game, and nobody would care that I'm clearing the game easier than they are because they didn't see it. They would think, oh man, I can clear all the content on my Zane. It's great. This is fantastic. They wouldn't know that Amara one-shots a room. They wouldn't care with the best possible gear in the game, obviously. You see what I'm saying? And this is why back then a lot of people just think that games are just more fun because they didn't have that whole me versus you attitude. things were more focused on, is this fun? Yes. Cool. Done. End of story. Now we can even go into the multiplayer aspect, right? And I probably have the most experience with MOBAs and fighting games. So that's what we're going to use as examples. I'm a firm believer, even in multiplayer, the games need to be fun first. Then we have to limit the anti-fun. Things that don't have counters, things that just feel bad. You have to limit those as much as possible. It's never going to be fun to lose, so you can't really mitigate that, but you can mitigate the feel of, oh, I couldn't do anything. A good example of I can't do anything is a character, I'm going to use Smite as an example, is Xbalanque. When Xbalanque ults, you get a black ring around you, you can't see anything, you can't see your minimap. In a game where being able to see what's happening is very, very important, not being able to see kind of just puts a halt on your gameplay. You can't see when your friend is getting killed, you can't see you're getting ganked, you can't see wards. It's utter chaos. So generally what happens is most people just stop playing, just move back and reset. Because if you fight with that, it's pretty much a death sentence. Especially in the even game, which will get you to lose the game. That's unfun. There's no, oh, I can get this active to stop it. There's no, I can get this item to stop it. There's no, I can use this ult to stop it. It's just, I'm just dead. Can't aegis it, no nothing. It's just, I'm just dead. Or I just can't fight. It's a bad feeling. And I feel like those mechanics need to stop. Those mechanics need to get changed. Now, when you bring things like Ne Zha's ult, or Tyr's knockup, or Kraken, these all have obvious visual cues. You can react to them. You can dodge them. There's a whole bunch of like things you can do to counterplay it. So what happens is when you see these things go on a game and you see like the outplays, you're like, oh, that's cool for both ends. If someone outplays a Ne Zha by dodging his ult or beezing his ult, it's fantastic. But if a Ne Zha hits a full like length ult and gets out of the team fight, you're like, holy crap, that player is so good. It's good for both. It makes it enjoyable to land and do, and it makes it enjoyable to counter it. Those are good game mechanics. Those are more important than the numbers or the balance on the characters. And I feel like it doesn't matter if a character is crap. Doesn't really matter. Anubis was a terrible character for how long? He's probably one of the most played characters in lower elos. Doesn't matter. No, he's fun. Nobody cares. He's fun. He doesn't need to get balanced. He's fun. Why do you need anything else? That's important. We can look at games that have just been imbalanced for years. Fortnite, my opinion, probably the worst esport period, is one of the most popular games in the world, and it's forced into an esport because of how popular it is. Old school fighting games were imbalanced as hell. Guilty Gear, imbalanced as hell. It got more balanced as time went on, but when it started off, it was super bad. Eddie was busted. Marvel vs. Capcom 2, unbalanced as hell. Oh my goodness. But yo, you put somebody who was really good at Marvel vs. Capcom 2, he brought a low tier character, he might not win the tournament, but he'll get top 10. Because you can outplay anybody in those. Doesn't matter. You can outskill somebody in a fighting game. It's things like that. And those games are great esports. They're great to watch. They're great to play. And you can tell what's happening. And I really wish more games would take this mentality of making something fun over making something good. After you make something fun, then you can focus on making it good. After you make something fun, you can focus on toning it down if it's over the top. Honestly, Heimdall is hilarious in Smite. He knocks you into the stratosphere and you go through walls and stuff. It's cool. I'm 100% down. But you can still beads it. That's still fun. I'm so down. Things like this are great. Make things comical. Make things fun. Make things visually appealing. Give things counterplay. And balance gets thrown out the window. You can always do that later. And the fact of the matter is things are never going to be perfectly balanced. There's always going to be something better than the others. Because these games are done with numerical values with limited options. You can't bring every character to the game. So you're going to bring the character that is currently the best. It's just how it works. The best you can do is make it so you can pick other characters to play against it. So people can have their own personality added to the game. If someone's really good at tier, they can pick the character and not feel bad about playing the character. Because in their minds, they can outplay whoever they're against. And that's cool. You do this in League of Legends, fighting games, whatever you want. But, yeah, that's my opinion. You might not agree with it, and that's fine. But I challenge you to take this concept and apply it to whatever you're thinking. Whatever game you're thinking about balance-wise, why don't you just apply this way of thinking and either use it as an argument for yourself or your friends and see how it turns out. See if it changes the way you look at games. Anyway, guys, thank you all very much for watching. If you guys enjoy this topic or conversation, feel free to bring up a counterpoint in the comments below. Comment to the stream, twitch.tv/Wolfie2032, or on my Twitter, which is twitter.com/Wolfie2032. Leave me a comment there. And feel free to bring up the topic. Feel free to ask me anything you want to say or bring up a counterpoint. I'm more than happy to talk about it. Yeah, but thank you guys very much. If you guys enjoyed it, please subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. I'd appreciate it. And after you subscribe, make sure you click the little bell icon to get notifications when we do put up new videos. And check out my social media links. I'd appreciate that too. Anyway, guys, thank you all very much. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys later. Bye.